Hi guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Nessie. I'm so excited to be making a start on the garden accessories, beginning with a scarecrow to protect Sandy's crops. Scarecrows are often roughly the same size as a person, so Sandy is assisting me as a size reference. I'm using a coffee stir stick for the arm bar and a thick barbecue skewer for the upright. Ignore the cotton bud you can see on the right, I didn't end up using it at all. So after trimming the stir stick, I marked the centre point and worked out the height I wanted the skewer to be. I've had this roll of fusewire in my stash for the past 4 decades, and I'm just using some to bind the arm bar onto the upright skewer. Take your recycled chocolate Easter egg wrappers and build up the torso and head. I don't know about you, but this is a pretty good reason to eat more chocolate. For the head, I'm using cotton wool from a cotton ball to wrap the head in spun cotton. Good lord, how many times can I say cotton in one sentence? Unravel and spread the cotton fibres out and tear them off into more manageable length pieces. I didn't want to make up a whole batch of my usual cornstarch paste for this little bit, so I'm just using some PVA glue heavily diluted with water and sticking the cotton down with my brush. I'm not expecting my scarecrow's head to be perfectly smooth, but I do want to get a reasonable coverage over the foil. Don't forget, a full list of all the materials used in this video is in the description below. And while you're at it, check out the link to my Nessie Monster merch, where you can buy the cute designs I've created on stickers, t-shirts, mugs, phone cases and more. I'm also bringing the cotton fibres down over the arm bar and wrap around the upper torso. I don't want my scarecrow to be showing any foil cleavage under his shirt. While the cotton fibres are still wet, I'm painting the head with watercolour paints, starting off with a straw colour for the base and slightly darker shading for under the chin area and around the back of the head. When you're done painting, leave it to dry. I don't have any wood wool or straw handy, so I'm cutting super thin strips of this recycled packing paper. I just doubled it over here to speed up the cutting time. Just eyeball the strips, cut them as thin as you can. Once you have yourself a nice bundle of fake straw, give it a little scrunch up to separate all the strips. It also adds a little character. Then pick out a smaller bundle to make the arms with. By some small miracle, I found some matching thread at the bottom of a forgotten box, which is perfect for tying my bundles together. And a clothes peg is really useful for holding the bundle, so you can have both hands free to tie the thread. I made sure the arms were going to be long enough to cover the arm bar. I trimmed the ends off about 1 centimetre from each of the ties and cut the strips kind of haphazardly so they look more natural and not perfectly straight. Floof out the hand ends a little, but that's basically the arms made. Make another one for the legs, but add a third tie in the middle where you will bend the legs bundle in half. Tying the arms to the body went straightforward enough, but if you also need a little glue to help you out, go for it. No one will judge you here. The legs, however, seem to have a mind of their own and resisting my attempts to tie them in place. Those pesky legs weren't cooperating with me, so I strapped them down with some masking tape. It would be positively indecent to leave our Scarecrow naked, so let's get him dressed. Check out my sad attempt at a transition. Boom, pieces cut out. Let's get a shirt on and cover up the Scarecrow man boobs. I just cut across for the neck hole. I'm not worried about how it will look around the back of the neck, but the cross will allow me to make a neat collar at the front. I'm using tacky glue to glue the seams of the shirt together. It works really well on this thin cotton fabric. The fabric I'm using for the pants is a thicker material, so it needed more than just tacky glue to stick it down, but I digress. I stuck the back part of the pants onto the body first. Next, I stuck the front panel on for the pants, and while I wait for the glue around the top of the pants to take hold, a pipe cleaner held it in place. Working on the hat now for a bit. If I use this hessian just as it is, it will fall apart, so I coat it all over on one side with tacky glue to stabilise the fabric, and set it aside at least long enough for it to get tacky. Back to the pants, I tried gluing down the side seams and inner leg seams of the pants with tacky glue. Very awkwardly, try to clamp the leg seams down to dry with clothes pegs, and if you're really clever, you'll get the seams to stay in the right place first try. Obviously this wasn't my lucky day, but I didn't give up. While I hold out hope for the glue to dry, I'm just using fine liner pens and a marker to draw on his face. I drew a series of small stitch lines over the mouth so it looks like it's sewn on. Then I took a tiny piece of tissue paper with a heart drawn on it and glued it to our Scarecrow's shirt. I drew a few stitch lines around the edge so it looks like a cute patch on his shirt. The Tacky glue was not holding the pant seams, so I dotted a little super glue gel and that held much better. Don't be worried about any frayed edges, the Scarecrow will look more authentic with some distressing. Thank goodness he has some pants on. Now let's give him a rope belt. I didn't like the twine, so I went with the cotton string for scale. Okay, so my hat pieces are holding together now. Let's make the hat. The Tacky glue is still a little bit sticky, but a few drops of super glue will help seal the deal and hold it all together. Again, any frayed edges adds more character. Cute, but he needs straw hair. Smother his scalp with tacky glue. Now semi-haphazardly slap on a whole lot of the paper strips. We're not aiming for a fancy slick hairdo. Anyone else look like this in the mornings? When the glue is dry, give him a rough haircut and cut it on all angles and lengths. Okay, let's glue his hat on now. I had some leftover chalk dust from making the onions, so I used it to dirty up our Scarecrow's clothes. Remember, this guy is going to spend his life out in the garden. Check out this adorable ladybug my son gave me. It's going to look so sweet on our Scarecrow's hat. Distress the Scarecrow's clothes a little more and floof up his straw hands and feet. Then he'll be ready for the garden. Installing the Scarecrow is simple enough. Poke a hole in the garden bed and glue the upright stick in place. Surprise, surprise, Sandy couldn't wait to check out her new Scarecrow. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads, and leave a comment because I'd love to hear from you. It really helps my channel to grow. If you want to share your own crafty ideas and projects, join my Facebook page called Nessie Monster Crafts. We have Fun Day Fridays where we can all show off our latest works in progress. If you can afford it, please consider buying me a coffee. Links for both my Facebook group and coffee account are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!